Alright, so like I say, as soon as you take your fingers off the piano, it stops. Guitar, as soon as you take your finger, once you finish with the strum or the pluck, if you want to simulate that, you just pluck mute, pluck mute, pluck mute, pluck mute. Now, how are you going to mute this? I've got my thumb up here, and so this is just technique. You can just do a separate motion for the mute. So you let it ring out a little bit. Hey, let the sound ring out. Like that. Almost do like a little karate chop on it. So, that reminds me, there was a fellow who used to call me Karate, but my name is Girardi. And affectionately, high school people. Yeah, I studied under a sensei who was all armed forces jiu-jitsu champion twice. And if you pissed him off, sorry for the uh, description, he would use you as the demonstrator. As you see on YouTube, it wasn't as bad as you see the way they really put people through some heavy throws, some tough stuff. So I did that when I was 18. Okay, now I'm 66, so that was quite a while ago. Let's see what that, let's do the math on that one. Alright, so it's 66. Hello? Oh, we got to go into cursor mode. 66 minus 18 is 48 years ago. I still know it today. I even have a green belt on. Just chose the color green when I bought the belt. Anyway, let's get back to guitar here. And thank you all for watching and putting up with my digressions from the topic. So once we get to decide what dot we're playing, say we're on the A note, okay, the A dot. Now that A is the sixth of C, so we can play these two patterns, 6/7 root or 5/6. So 5/6 goes into 6/7 root. The A string shape and the G string shape, like that. Now, doesn't mean you have to play a double string shape. It's just if you want to go down, you'll be going into the A string shape. Want to go up, you go into the G string shape. And that would include everything that comes along with that G string shape, such as a G shaped C. Okay, I can't really play it that well. And I can't put the capo up there because the neck actually gets fatter towards the top here, and this capo I'll never be able to get it on. But okay, we can do a pentatonic there, or we can do what's called an S5G, which is just starting from the G string shape, go to the fifth of G is D, fifth of D is A, fifth of A is E, the fifth of E is the augmented fifth of E, which is the C string shape, and the fifth of the C string shape is of course the G string shape. So that's your G. Now down here on the A, this is another diatonic scale. So we start on the A string shape, we go to the fifth of the A string shape is the E string shape, to the C string shape, to the G string shape, to the D string shape, and there's your D shape. Okay, and that would be the fourth of that A, and the A shape, and then to the A shape again. So that's all from the A dot. Okay, now that assumes we've got, and so that makes it the sixth. That makes it our Aeolian. So that's a little bit, before we get too into playing, because I mean playing's great, and it's the, you know, it's the acid test for what you know up here, right? And you know, I only have to play for like a minute before I'm like back to the drawing board. You know, I mean that's just that's what the way I am, unfortunately. So let's look at this. So what we've got, the patterns. The patterns I just played for that, for the G shape. Okay, here's your Aeolian 6. The start of the G is the S5G. Okay, and then it ends with just a G shape on top. You can hardly see it. It's an S1G right there. G. And we did mention that the fourth was C-shaped. The fourth was D-shaped with the A shape. So I'm going to show you that also on the cage ladder, if I can, because this is, remember, this is a cage corner up here. A little sideshow, a little sidebar there, you know. It's not going to be the star of this show here. It's up in the corner, but often we have to try and, you know, we have to refer to it. So that G shape, that S5G, we're going to start it here. So it's 1. We'll just do the strings. So I'll make little strings so you know. Ready? Where is it? Where it is? Why are we not getting the string shapes? We're not getting. Oh, that's the line width. We got to select string. Sorry about that. Here it is. 1, string 1, string 2. Okay, wait. Let's not make them too long. We'll just make them as long as they're getting played, and we'll also put a nice silver kind of string color. So that S5G was 6/7 root, 2 3 4, 5 6, then over for the 7 root 2. But remember, the 3 4 5 on the pattern's going to be directly where above it. Okay, so everything is fourths, but the string shapes are in fifths. But E to C is an augmented fifth. It's a special case. C to E is a diminished fourth. It's a special case. But the others are fourths. E to A, A to D, D to G is a fourth. Fourth of G is C. You know, so this would be warped over. You know, so where the 4 is, the 3 would be, and it would be 3 4 5. Okay. So that, we've gone over that in the past. You'll see it again, but if you really want to see that kind of thing, you can refer to some of the earlier lessons. I did it practically every lesson. So that's the S5G, and then the S for the A shape, where we were doing 5 6, we started here. Okay, so it was an S1A and an S4E and an S1A on top, starting on the 5th. So we find our 5 here. Wow, we're really zoomed in. 5 6, 7 root 2. Here's your S4E. It's just start on E and go up 4 strings. 1, counting the E. 1 2 3 4. Okay, let's do the strings for that. So we start with an S1A, then we do an S4E. 1 2 3 4. That's an S4E, and then we finished with the S1A up there. Okay, so that's the strings there. All right, and then of course we had to warp over the top 2 strings. So we got 1 2 3 4. We warped over the top 2 strings there to give us our D shape, root 4 6. That was our D shape that I had mentioned. These are the patterns that you would play once you know where you are on that guitar. You know, what are you playing?